Hello, hello, Virgos. I actually already started your video and I had to stop it because of a knock at my door. So I didn't want to reshuffle. We only got one card out, which was ghosts. And I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued to see where this one's going to go. And then we got interrupted. So let's go ahead and begin fresh. But I'm going to keep this card. So for the ghosts, what I had said in the other one is it looks like the messengers are saying to Virgo, hey, hey, there could be something haunting Virgo, something that is from the past, an old memory. Now, this could be old things are about to reappear in Virgo's world, or this could be that Virgo is using an outdated, outmoded like reaction or behavior because of something from their past. Okay, we have a Five of Cups, we have a Knight of Cups, and we have the Nine of Wands. This could be a default mechanism that Virgo goes back to somewhere in their mind and their memory bank. If they get sad over something, they might then, if they remember somebody from their past and they remember, oh gosh, maybe they listen to a song and the song reminds them of a sad moment, reminds them, lots of times we have songs that like bring up old memories. Like, wow, I remember that song reminds me of them. I really loved them. They're not in my life. Gosh, it really hurts. I wonder if they're coming back in, if they've healed, if they're coming back in to heal things with me. And all of a sudden, it could revive an old memory that starts with a pain that then leads to maybe a faraway wish, a hope, a dream for something to go differently than what it has in reality. And why is this coming up? Why is the universe like saying, hey, Virgo, that could be just a ghost? And ghosts they're not present like in the tangible form, right? So this is like, well, this person isn't in the tangible form. Look at this. We have the Five of Cups. Again, the universe is doubling down saying, wait a minute, Virgo, let that hurt go. No, enjoy the piece of music. Don't let the piece of music remind you of them and then take you down a road of misty memories and what we wish might happen. Don't get lost again in the past of something that didn't come out, and don't get lost in the hurt emotions. Instead, those hurt emotions are coming back. This time, let them go. Do something symbolic. Write down the emotion and on a thin piece of paper, on a piece of toilet paper, and flush it down the toilet. Let it go. Let those emotions, that's what it's bringing to the surface, is a memory of how it felt. And the feeling was bad, but now we get to actually address those feelings and let those feelings go, because this is a time of great happiness instead. The only reason a ghostly memory is coming to the surface is because this Virgo is about to go through a massive transformation. This is kind of a blessing that, and it could even be because Virgo's life is on a really nice trajectory right now, and they're maybe suddenly thinking, God, I wish that person was here to celebrate this good moment with me. And the reality of it is, no, Virgo, there's somebody else coming in to share these really great moments with Virgo. Virgo has done something incredible in their life. They're in a really happy place. They've organized and structured their life. They've created something that's some source of abundance. They actually are having a really good life. But yes, there will probably be a song, something that comes on that reminds them of a particular person, or some, they drive down a road and the road is named after the person, and they're like, why today of all days, why am I being reminded of this? God, it hurts. And it's like, it only hurts so that our character can realize that was stored. Those ghosts were still haunting me somewhere in the recesses of my mind. Let's have a final farewell. Like in all I love ghost stories and things like that, but what is the most typical routine aspect of ghost stories is ghosts are spirits of unrest. So we want to help those spirits get rest. So in this case, it's memories that are, they haven't been put to rest yet. So this is a great time for our Virgo to symbolically put them to rest. I don't know, but to me, just because we see the flowers floating down the waterway, I feel like I mean, yes, maybe Virgo does, release some little leaves in a stream, and they hold the leaves or the flowers in their hand. This is kind of a nice springy time thing, because those are kind of like little springtime flowers. But maybe Virgo holds each one in their hand and thinks of a specific memory that they shared with that person and says, but now I release that. That was a good moment, even though the relationship didn't end well. But I'm glad I had that great moment, and now I release it because that's not for me anymore. Or a painful memory too. You know what? I remember how much a particular moment hurt me, energy, and they say, yeah, but I can let go of that hurt energy too, because it's not part of my present. That was just from the past, and I don't have to remember all that now. That, or yeah, maybe they write something down on a piece of toilet paper, and something that dissolves easily, and then they let it dissolve and disintegrate. But the bottom line is, what haunts Virgo is going to come to the surface so they can put that to rest. And now it's time for, I feel like Virgo's going to find out somebody is interested in them. They could have a friend or a colleague, or somebody say, hey, so-and-so is asking about you. Are you single? Well, this Virgo is single. In this storyline, this Virgo is single, and this Virgo might really be excited to actually receive something new. This is definitely, with the Six of Pentacles, this is somebody different who wants to give energy to Virgo. Now, we do have Libra scales on that little teapot, and we have this little dude standing there, and it's kind of like we're pouring the tea about something. This could be somebody who says, hey, Virgo, just curious, are you over that ex of yours? Because there's somebody that is interested in you. Or maybe this is even the individual saying, hey, are you available, or are you still hung up on your ex? Because I wanted to ask you out for a while. This is straightforward communication about a situation, but there is a Libra involved. Okay, and now we got a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, a King of Swords in the reverse. This was some kind of tyrannical. This was an untruthful person. If this is who Virgo dealt with, if this is who haunts them, what haunts them is something that was very unfair. Why is this coming up so much when I thought we were releasing this, right? I thought Virgo was ready for something happier. Why do we have the X showing up so heavily? We have the Star, we have the Temperance, we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Because this is the ghost that Virgo has to fully heal from. Aquarian energy is about healing. The Temperance card, Sag energy, is very much, you notice how we're letting one bird fly away so a new bird can land. You notice Virgo's going through massive transformation. That's where they've got to place their energy. It's not on remembering the hurt energy and letting it go. It's that they might also have to acknowledge that it was a lot to heal from. I have been working a lot on healing. And even if the ghost of a memory comes back once in a while to bite us, it doesn't mean that Virgo has to go down, memory lane to such a huge extent. It just maybe says, okay, so maybe there's a little bit more that Virgo needed to release, little tiny bit more that they needed to let go of. Maybe this is a sign that they've progressed a lot. Maybe before they would have been swamped in memories and, been like crying for 2 days. And now instead it's like, well, for about a half hour, it still hurt. Okay, that's huge progress. This might be a moment where, I mean, obviously we've seen the Five of Cups twice. So Virgo has had repetitious emotional resurges associated with this. But maybe this is even, Virgo is finally able to talk out loud about, like, man, I really had a hard time getting over that person, because as I've had to reflect on it again and again. I've really dealt with somebody that they weren't who I thought they were. I wanted them to be a wish fulfillment, and instead they're just somebody I needed to heal from and let go of. And as I've done more of that, I realize how much I've transformed. I really think meeting somebody that couldn't give Virgo truth, that couldn't give Virgo fairness, this person could have been very confusing. They might have really promised Virgo the stars, but then Virgo might have realized they say a lot of things to a lot of people, not just me, and it's not often true. This could have been somebody who wanted power and control instead of collaboration. The bottom line is Virgo has figured more and more out about this, and they've been able to release it more and more and transform. themselves. And at this point, they're at the pinnacle. Virgo has reached a place of true balance. We see a card of balance here, we see a card of balance here, and we also see a card of balance here. So believe it or not, having this memory come back to haunt Virgo repetitiously doesn't mean that, oh man, I've never gotten over this. It means they've been getting over it in stages and segments, and this is like their benchmark. Like anyone who's ever trying to like meet a personal goal, you know that you chart it, right? If you're trying to run a little further each day and get better time, you want to look at what are my numbers throughout the month. You know, how fast did I run this day? How much further did I run this day? Looking back shows us our progress, not our failures. And even though it still hurts to look back, I think this Virgo is about to have full completion from this hurtful, painful thing. I don't think this is about an ex who's still hoping to get back with Virgo. I think this is about Virgo fully releasing an ex. Okay, so tell me again about that Six of Pentacles, because we see somebody new. We got a King of Wands. For like, I think it was all of last month, I got so many King of Wands card for Virgo as like a new person marching in. So I'm wondering if this Mercury retrograde phase is, you know, we run all the way till the 24th of this month is retrograde. I wonder if Virgo is basically clearing out the final cobwebs and debris from that past relationship, because we're about to have a new person come marching in, and ding dong, Virgo's bell. They're about to, yeah, they're about to ring Virgo's bell. Virgo's still a little sideways, but more upright. So this is our Queen of Pentacles. How's Virgo going to meet this new person? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to see this. That this is like embracing those final memories of the past, only to get clarity on why we've let it go. Like that's what the message is for this Virgo. Embrace whatever resurfaces from the past, because it lets you know what you let go. How is Virgo meeting this person? We have the creator and we have the courier. Literally, the universe is sending this person right into Virgo's world. Are they a musician? Are they a drummer? Are they they're going to be very passionate. I feel like they could be somebody, they may have some like little bit of facial hair. Let's look a little bit more at this King of Wands. Tell me about them. Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. They could be new to Virgo's area. They could move into Virgo's region, and they left behind a lot of problems and struggles. Their life has improved as well. They're looking for a fresh start. They're definitely actively moving forward. They could be passing through, traveling through, and they randomly meet Virgo. And they may decide, maybe I should think about finding a place to live here. The Hierophant. They're going to feel a spiritual bond to Virgo almost immediately. Now, certainly Virgo could meet them through some kind of spiritual practice as well. They could both share some interest in Buddhism, or it doesn't have to be that. It's just what's shown here on this card, perhaps. But I say this is the connection to the higher self, and this is the Hierophant. I feel like they know almost immediately that there's something about Virgo, that this is like where they were meant to be. I think they're going to understand more so even than Virgo. This is why I took this trip here. Even here, we see somebody still traveling. They're a courier, so maybe they travel and make deliveries for a living. Maybe they work for some big company. Maybe they fly the planes that bring the different the mail planes or mail couriers, or big trucks or something. Maybe they deliver a package to Virgo's door. Maybe they work for a postal service or something. But they're going to realize, I was brought here to meet this Virgo. It's funny because Virgo will not know it the way they will. Virgo might question it like, boy, that person was interesting, but I don't know what I'm supposed to get out of this. They're the ones who will take the lead on this, but they're the ones who recognize first, oh my God, I just met somebody lovely. This is the person I was supposed to meet. This is Eight of Wands in the reverse. They don't immediately talk to Virgo. They don't. And Virgo certainly doesn't know what they're thinking, but they think a lot about Virgo after meeting this Virgo, from what I can tell. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, they're very sure about something. They're very sure that this is not a, this isn't happening for no reason. They have to make significant plans. If this is someone who, and it could just be that they're moving from one town to the next. It doesn't mean that they are like, oh, I was from a different province or 3 states away or from a different country and I was just here working or here on vacation or whatever, and then I bump into Virgo. This could be somebody who literally just deciding I was about to move. Maybe they lived with friends, maybe they lived with a house full of meathead buddies or girlfriends or whatever, and they're ready to just, I got to go get my own place. And they come across Virgo and it's like, I get it. I'm going to move into this neighborhood because I think this is a sign. This Chariot says they are very confident about moving forward, but I think that they know that this is really special. Meeting Virgo is really special, but that could help them make a decision that this is now the direction I'm going, because this is too serendipitous that I met someone in this neighborhood just when I was thinking, where should I go? I'm actively looking for something. I'm looking for a sign. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to end up. And then it clicks for them. So they're the ones who feel like this is super divine. That's really beautiful. So they make confident strides forward, confident decisions. I think it's important that Six of Swords, they are going to be in a very refreshed energy by the time they start connecting with Virgo. I'm glad that they don't make some overture. Nine of Cups, a Magician. Remember, Virgo is the one in the Nine of Cups. I feel like this person got some vibe off of Virgo that, man, Virgo's life is good. They like this neighborhood, or they like living here, or there's something about them. Maybe they meet Virgo through work and they decide, I'm going to go ahead and, apply to work at this company as well. It could be something like that, but I feel more like it's moving somehow into Virgo's vicinity or being in Virgo's sphere somehow. And now they're ready to start manifesting, but they are very inspired by whatever light they see in Virgo, which is ironic because what we've seen is Virgo has been, healing and releasing a lot of hurt energy. But here they are only seeing the best of Virgo, somebody who's well put together, somebody who's loving their life, somebody who's really happy, and they want to manifest being a part of that with Virgo. It's really beautiful energy, really beautiful energy. Well, that was a nice wrap up to a past relationship and an ex to welcome in the new. This is like, this is how Virgo maybe needed to accept that they're thinking about the ghosts of the past, because this is laying it to rest. That's a nice twist on this storyline. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye for right now.